Welcome back to Xbox Corner. My name is Alex and today we're going to be taking a look at my favourite digital deals across the Xbox stores covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now this one is the budget edition, so I'm keeping everything sub $10 or your local currency. So with that luck, hit subscribe, join our growing Xbox family and let's get started. So first off, new channel. Many of you will know me from SwitchCorner and PlayStationCorner, but just to give anyone new an idea of how this works, I try to avoid Game Pass titles when I can, unless they are just too big to ignore, and then I also aim for titles with new all-time low prices, so you save the most cash possible, and yeah, I'll be looking to drop these videos every single Friday. So first up today, God's Will Fall. It's coming in with 60% off. It's breaking into the sub $10 category for the very first time. This one though, it's a roguelike, one of the industry's favourite keywords currently when coming up with ideas. But this one's unique. You take control of not one character but a band of 8 Celtic warriors and you wash up on shore, and now you've got to take down what is basically a group of tyrannical gods. It's got permadeath though, so if you all die, expect to see a new batch of warriors delivered with new weapons and new traits. And yeah, it's just some good old quality isometric action through and through, and I even really actually like the low poly visual style they went for. Super Meat Boy Forever then, it's rocking 50% off, a new low price, but this received what I'd call mixed opinions because it did away with the free roaming ultra challenging platforming and actually converted it into an auto runner, still though with a hell of a lot of challenge as well. Now is it as good as the original? No, it's not. Is it as weird? For sure. Meat Boy and Bandage Girl here, they're out to save their baby Nugget from the evil Dr. Fetus. It's actually a pretty short adventure this one, but I still found some fun in here, and it for sure doesn't take it easy on you, so just be warned of that. You'll basically be restarting near constantly with longer levels here to overcome. So time for a classic then, Hitman HD Enhanced Collection, and while the third entry recently was just a fantastic step forward for the series, this bundles together 2012's Absolution as well as Blood Money from way back in 2006. Now, Blood Money is up there for me as a personal favourite entry, and they may not look as impressive, but it's got it where it counts with some incredible gameplay scenarios and targets. Both of these entries, they feature a whole lot of like US locations rather than the globe trotting that's kind of become the norm now for the series, but it is well worth it with this new low of 85% off. So slowing things down a bit here, but puzzle fans, Bridge Constructor The Walking Dead. Now there's a good chance with this one it could eventually hit Game Pass, as I know the incredible Bridge Constructor Portal from the same team is on there already, but this is just a seriously creative use of both licenses, as it combines of course the puzzle based physics of building bridges with characters from the series as you try to survive walkers and move your caravan of folks forward. Surprisingly challenging as well this one, and a super budget, honestly, 60% off. That is a new low price. An underappreciated gem then, that is Mad Max, taking a GTA-like approach to the name with an open world, tons of vehicles and just combat that's actually kind of similar to the Batman Arkham series. I absolutely loved this game. Now I will say the world being kind of barren, you know, that post-apocalyptic, it can get a little bit repetitive visually, but yeah, when you're driving across this wasteland, it's still a ton of fun, from the missions to the combat. It's just all a good time. The idea though, build the ultimate vehicle and get to what is called the Plains of Silence, and the car customization, that is a highlight. There's a decent chunk of it in here, and going to war, it really does feel great. Not a new low price this one, but well worth the 75% off, matching that low price. Alright, so if you want ultra challenging, La-Mulana is one I mention quite often over on SwitchCorner. It seems this is though the first ever sale on Xbox for the game with 40% off. Now it has a sequel that builds on the idea, but I will say you can buy it in a bundle. I'm just not sure I would suggest you go that way if you've never played them before, just because they're absolutely an acquired taste. Now the gameplay here, it's basically old school action, kind of hardcore platforming. You're an archaeologist, you're searching some ancient ruins, but they just have a whole lot of protection and very little explanation. Best with this one to have pen and paper to hand as well, so you can just remember everywhere you've been, where you need to go, and kind of the clues that you have found. Again though, another warning, it's about as tough as they come. Windbound then was a recent release that had its fair share of issues on launch. No matter the platform you played it on, it had bugs, crashes, just all sorts happening. That's a problem for a game where it features permadeath, so when this happened, it was all the way back to the beginning. Fortunately though, they kind of patched it up, you know, and now it's a decent little adventure survival experience. The idea though, you set out on your ship, you're trying to progress through what is increasingly challenging sets of islands. The most fun here though, it is in the customization when you build your boat. If the difficulty also concerns you, it does have an easy mode that does do away with permadeath. 67% off though, that is another new low price. Alright, so the final 3 games, and we're starting with the Evil Within digital bundle. Now this game, it's on Game Pass first of all, or at least the base game is, but it packs in 3 DLC packs as well. That's The Consequence and The Assignment, that is a 2-part story set around a detective, and then The Executioner, which is basically arena-based action. I played the original game back at launch, and it's from the same creator of the Resident Evil series. This one though, for me, it dialed up the weird and the surreal. It's also a little bit more survival focused as well, I would say, if anything, but the world, the enemies, super creepy, and yeah, it even got a sequel, and I hope we see more from the series in the future, because in my eyes, this one, it was a little underappreciated because it just didn't carry the Resident Evil name. The quality though can absolutely still be felt. To close out the video then, 2 classics. The Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings, it's on sale for 85% off. That matches the low price, and to be fair, that is still about as budget as it gets. This was actually my entry point personally into the series. After playing this one on my 360, I headed back to the first entry on PC. This world though, it is still impressive. Now sure, it very much looks like a game from 2011, but gotta say those visuals, they are still impressive. Story wise though, you're basically drafted as a bodyguard, war is now looming, and you get to basically shape the story from here on out. Then backing up The Witcher 2, we've also got the 3rd entry on sale, matching the low of 80% off. Now the price above, that's the Game of the Year edition, which I do suggest over the base game because it just comes with a huge amount of DLC, and you'll easily get over 100 hours of gameplay here. It's a masterpiece of a title. It demonstrated what CD Projekt Red could do, or at least until Cyberpunk happened, that is. And again, story-wise, a huge world, tons of side quests, and the main arc, the story, you're hunting for the Child of Prophecy. If you like your action RPGs and you've never played this one, this is an absolute must-buy and easily the top game of today's video. Will you be adding anything to the library this week though, or are you holding onto that cash? Now a question for you all here quickly. Do you ever buy games that are on Game Pass and own them outright, or do you skip them because, I mean, you already have access to them for free? I'm curious to see how everyone does it. Like, I think I'm actually good with the idea of buying them if the discount is deep enough and I enjoyed the game enough as well, of course. Without though luck, hit subscribe, join our growing Xbox family. The support has already been more than incredible over like what is 3 days of this channel launching, so thank you all so much, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.